creators, be very, very careful. Only use the studio music. And
I was like, just
everywhere you go, you can hear the laughter. Little kids playing, chasing after. Innocence shines bright like a built-in light. With their giggles and smiles, everything feels right. Oh, the joy of little children filling up the air. Their happiness, contagious, nothing can compare. Just watch them run and play, carefree and wild. Oh, the joy of little children.
The one, hold on a minute. The one that I have me and Justin under is the Smile Around and Find Out. That's what I have it under. Smile Around and Find Out. Justin's telling people, don't do this, don't do that. So that's what I have called under my Smile Around and Find Out intro. I had to put a little bit of fun in there this morning. So, hello, everybody. Happy July 2nd. Welcome in. Hey, Dawn, you were number 1. Hey, Not Crazy by Crazy Lady. Hello. Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Y'all hit that button. Hello, beautiful Millie. Hello, Panda Bear's mom. Oh, it's okay, Panda Bear's mom. I want to put him out more. He does not get the attention he deserves. So we're going to talk about him a little bit more. Thank you for always keeping him out. Thank you. Donna Smith, good morning. Holly S., good morning. Where's Summer and Sebastian, 1-800-TBI-FINE. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Kathleen, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Busy Mama, hello from the bushes. Hello, hello. YouTuber, hello. Holly S., thank you this morning for the super sticker. Let me wake everybody up. Got your buds out. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Woohoo! Welcome. I hope everybody. Magic Star, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Love you all. Hello. Thank you all for being here. You could have been anywhere in this world, anywhere on these YouTube streets, but you chose to be here with me in Smiley Stories world. That you did. That you did. And I appreciate you. Hey, Retha Bell, good morning. Agree 100%, Smiley. Bring back. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes. Oh, my gosh. I love you all so much. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. I got this TV on in the back of me. It is on Fox News. I told my mods just drop their link. Just drop it. It's on quiet right now. I wanted to, before I got started with this, I got to get this. I cannot stand being locked out of my phone. I just cannot stand being locked out. So I might have to get the code every once in a while. Hey, girl, mom. Hello. Come on in. Welcome. Y'all grab you some coffee, alibis, but no lies. coffee, alibis, no lies. No lies. Okay. Anyway, it was on the verdict is in. They finally got a verdict in Diddy trial. And so I'm going to try to give you the rundown on it. We was going to listen to it a little bit, but we kind of missed that. So it's up there. Oh, hold on a minute. Y'all hold on a minute. I don't know. When my TV's on, it's better, I guess, like that. I don't know. All the things. Whatever it is, what it is. Thank you, girl mom. Thank you. All right. So the verdict is he was found guilty on 2 counts of transporting individuals across state lines to engage in prostitution under the Mann Act. Each count carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. Oh, I don't know. Just, it's fine. It's fine. He was acquitted of more serious charges, including the most important one. Go figure. Including sex trafficking and participating in racketeering conspiracy. Surprise, surprise. I'm not sure from what I heard yesterday if do y'all think that the jury just didn't really understand those, or they were having problems? Because I haven't got to hear anything about that this morning. That was coming through as I was sitting down trying to get all this together. I don't know. But they were having problems and they made them go back yesterday. I don't know, but the most serious charges he got off on. Go figure. The jury initially reached a partial verdict on 4 out of the 5 counts and later resolved it all. His sentencing is pending. He remains in custody, and the bail discussions are going on right now. What this means, he avoided convictions on the most serious charges, such as the sex trafficking and RICO-related counts. However, the Mann Act convictions are still very big, and each carries up to a decade in prison. So the judge will determine his punishment and what he faces, and the defense is pushing for him to get bail, of course, and for him to be released. I don't think that's a good idea, even though he wasn't convicted of everything that's going on. I just don't think that's good. But there you have it. There you have it. Yeah, victims never get the real justice. And that's unfortunate. And I was just going to say it's a real slap in the face. I mean, what could they not see? I mean, it was visual. I mean, what could you not see? Good morning, Harley. Good morning, Magic Star, Little Red O, and everybody coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. July 2nd. We're already into day 2, right? Already into day 2. So let's see. All right. So let's get on with it. You see Sebastian right here? This young man right here. He's still missing. Where's he at? Why all the lies? Why all the rumors? There's no sense in it. 16 months later, He was sitting at the Texas Roadhouse with his mom. Okay. People's going to believe what they want to believe. And they're going to make up stories. And they're going to say things. And people's going to play follower the leader. And people's going to do as they like. And I understand that. You know. But it needs to really stop. It does. Well, we're going to talk about Sebastian a little bit today. Sebastian Rogers is still missing. It's been way too long. We're going to, again, go over some content. We're going to watch some videos. Yeah, there's so much out there, Loretto. People like to hijack chats, other people's chats. They like to do things unnecessarily for clicks, views, likes. When people don't even know what is going on for months and months, there's no more protection. Lord, let me get back on track here for a minute. Anyway, ain't no telling what'll come out over here today. I'm just saying. But right now, I want to stay focused for just a second. Sebastian went missing on February 25th, 2024. He just disappeared from his home. No trace. Again, that's a very terrifying thought for anyone out there. Anyone out there in this world with children, if you wake up, yeah, it was, wasn't it, Loretto? In this world with children, and you wake up and your child is gone, just poof, not in their bed anymore. No matter how they got gone, never to be seen again. But for some reason, that doesn't bother Sebastian's mom, Katie. Why is that? I think we all know, in my opinion. But Craddock says, we don't know what we don't know. We don't know. Yeah, it is infuriating. Well, Craddock, you know, in my opinion, or you just don't want to know, you should really get with the program. You should get caught up with the program, in my opinion. A child just don't vanish from his bed, no trace, no sign, without someone knowing something. And yet here we are, over 16 months later, and no real answers, no arrest, no solid evidence, nothing released to the public. We just don't know what we don't know. Just empty statements, deflections, and excuses. That's all. So let's be real. Either they do know and they refuse to act, or they don't know because they failed to properly investigate. Either way, it's unacceptable. And as far as Katie Proudfoot, her actions, or lack thereof, speak volumes. Any loving, terrified parent would be screaming from the rooftops, pounding doors, demanding every resource to find their child. But Katie? Silence, crickets, blame shifting. Very strange behavior, in my opinion. Why? Telling Nancy Grace, I feel someone has him. Oh, hold on.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son. I think it's possible that someone has my son.
Well, you know, she would know. So the question is, Katie, do you feel it's possible that someone has your son? Or do you know that someone has your son? Most of us can connect the dots. This isn't a conspiracy. It's common sense. There's not much common sense common anymore out there, though, is it? I clearly see that. Children don't just vanish into thin air. And responsible adults don't just sit quietly when their kids is missing, unless there's more to the story. A child does not just vanish from his bed. No trace, no sign, without someone knowing something. And yet here we are, over 16 months later. No real answers. Again, no arrest. Again, no solid evidence released to the public. But they don't owe the public everything or anything. But they owe his dad something. What about Seth? They don't owe him deflections. They don't owe him just empty statements. They don't owe him just excuses. They owe him the truth. And let me point this out again. Craddock's famous lines, "We don't know what we don't know." Now let's get real here. Either way, do they know and refuse to act? Or they don't know because they failed to properly investigate? It doesn't matter, because either one of those ways, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And for Katie Proudfoot and her actions, again, and her lack thereof, her actions speak many volumes. Silence speaks loud. All the blame shifting, it's crazy. Now, we know, again, Katie was at Texas Roadhouse with Sebastian on February 25th, 2024. Hey, Marsha and Sped Teacher and everybody coming in. Thank you for being here. We know that Sebastian left with Katie. It's on surveillance. It's plain as day, and it's simple to see. Everybody has common sense for that one. Nobody's lacking common sense in that department. That's not speculation. That's a fact. But what is not a fact? Y'all want to get you some coffee? As they say, you want to buckle up? You want to put on your dancing shoes, maybe? What is not a fact is this nonsense, people. Let's keep it real. Okay? let's just keep it real. First off, let's start with Yellow Coat guy. Okay, we're going to start. This is my channel now. Hold on, I got to shut my door again. My God, these dogs. Hey, Tar Heel and everybody coming in. We're going to start with Yellow Coat guy. I hope y'all can, let me look at y'all a minute. I hope, because I've lost a lot of respect for people. And I hope and I pray that people can use common sense. I hope some that I thought had common sense has common sense. Sebastian right here is missing. Hey, Tar Heel. We're gonna, we're gonna go over Yellow Coat because I'm tired of people playing games here. A missing boy is still gone. My damn phone locked again. Hold on. Shit. Okay. All right. So I just hope people can have, the common sense that they need in this. Again, just be open-minded. Everybody can have their own thoughts and opinions, but just be factual, okay? And use a little bit of common sense here. Now, what is not a fact is this. This is nonsense that people keep spreading about Yellow Coat guy being in Pennsylvania, being the attorney. That attorney is not Yellow Coat guy. Okay? Hold on. Gina said, hi, Smiley. Nick and Dog said Yellow Coat Kid and Black were not involved in the beginning. Well, I can tell you, Yellow Coat guy is not involved in nothing. Period. So let me speak about Yellow Coat. Multiple sources and multiple breakdowns and even side-by-side photos have debunked that claim, first of all. And then we had somebody going berserk. First of all, nobody stole nobody's work off of two side-by-side pictures. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Anyway, but here we are. People are still throwing this man's name around like it's gospel for clicks, views, likes, clout, chaos, and bullshit. Period. Meanwhile, Sebastian, right here on my screen, remember him? Hey, he's the reason you say you're here. He's missing. He's still gone. And this case is buried under a mountain of YouTube BS and lies and distractions. And families and real advocates and the public are left fighting for scraps of truth because there is nothing new in this case. But people are trying to keep his name and his face out there legitimately. So let's be clear. Oh, let me take that back. Let Smiley be clear. Stop factually saying things that are not a fact. Stop accusing innocent people and start focusing on what matters, which is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Now, you can like what I say or you can not. I don't give a flying flip. But I'm fixing to say it. If the shoe fits, wear it. If there's an institution out there, this is where y'all's common sense need to come in. Every follower, every person. If there's an institution out there that 4 or 9 kids were being medicated, I don't have to speak no names. If you got common sense, you got it. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm going to say this since I'm on a roll, and I hope I don't have to speak about this shit again. Sometimes you pick your battles. Well, I'm picking this battle. Last night was uncalled for, and I've had enough. You want your bulldog to take care of it? Well, let them. If there is an institution out there that 4 to 9 kids were being medicated, which may or may not have been in a hospital, that any attorney may or may not have got a court order due to custody issues or another parent not giving meds or CPS involved. I'm just thinking of reasons off the top of my head. Right or wrong, we don't know about it because they are minors, number 1. And number 2, because of attorney privileges. And 3, because of HIPAA laws. And we don't know a damn thing of what's going on. It could have been a court order if it's even true. Now, what's going on, facts, or who's where, or in hospitals, or bullshit, or what's done, you can make damn sure you didn't save them out. You didn't know who they are, who's in a damn hospital, what child, or any of that business. And you can make damn sure that no hospital or nobody is going to be releasing that information to you or your bulldog. And you can make damn sure no attorney is. And you can make damn sure you didn't save no 4 to 9 fucking kids. And if any kids got released, you can make damn sure, if that really happened, and that's a big fucking if, maybe they were just being released on their own because it was time. We don't know, but stop trying to use and exploit these kids, any of them, the invisible ones, the real ones, the unreal ones. Period. It's gross. It would have been all over the news. So would you, as the hero that you always wanted to be. So stop this bullshit in Sebastian Rogers' name. Stop it in an innocent man's name that I don't even know, but I know he's an attorney. And I don't think the disability money that you ain't even got yet and can't even get yet is going to go up against an attorney in Pennsylvania. So keep allowing your bulldog to grip for you and see how that works out for you. Going in other people's chats, hijacking people, and allowing this nonsense, trying to wreck everyone innocent. Also, hey Shay, also trying to wreck everyone innocent and telling others in their emails, yes, We know about that too. Because people come to me wanting to know who this damn bulldog is. People you say you're actually trying to build your channel off of, actually. Allowing people, do you even know that they're doing that? Going in people's email, why are you doing your live when somebody's doing their live and they moved their live and blah, 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 blah. There's room on YouTube for everybody. What an idiot. Keep allowing this nonsense. Nobody bows to you or your bulldog. They thought they would tap that water last night in somebody else's chat and try Smiley, but they smiled around to find out. People out here playing games with serious matters like minors in medical custody, if that's even true, or court-ordered treatment, or custody disputes, or CPS involvement, or HIPAA, acting like they know the whole story when legally and realistically, they couldn't possibly know squat. Let's break it down in simple layman terms. If an attorney actually took kids out of a hospital improperly, they would be arrested. If they put them in improperly, they would be arrested. It would be on the news everywhere. It didn't happen. If those kids were medically cleared for release, whether it was by a court order or a doctor or put in or medically held against their will or their parents' will, they would be all over the news, period. If there's some big secret about a medical situation like that, that's the truth. HIPAA says, you won't know. I won't know. Custody laws say you won't know. That's a fact. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. There's enough game playing out there. But here we are, twisting people's stories for the unknown. Shay, you're welcome here. Just stop. And by the way, Yellow Coat Guy is from Tennessee. I'm fixing to show y'all in case you missed it last night. He lives next to the Texas Roadhouse. You can't go around factually saying they're an attorney. And even after this was proven, it was sickening that Bulldog come in there last night talking about, well, let them sue us. Let them go ahead. Oh, Bulldog, I guess it's easy to say you ain't the one sitting there with no money as y'all claim, right? He lives next to Texas Roadhouse. He's just a good man. He had cancer. He eats there all the time at Texas Roadhouse. He's left reviews. He wears a mask because of his cancer. Sometimes people does that. If they're sick, when their immune systems are down, or they go out, when they had or having treatment. My mom did that. She had to do that. Some people got so used to the, the thing we went through. Everybody had to wear a mask, that some people just still do it. I see a lot of people that still do it. Yeah, Shay, they do. My mom did it. She had to. Sometimes if they cut, because if you're just a little bit sick or you sneeze and there's one germ that gets to you, it can kill you. It destroys. Yeah, chemo and radiation. My mom had both. It can literally kill you. So right now, I mean, I got more, but right now, let's watch Justin's. We'll watch some of Justin's, but let's watch. If in case you missed it last night, we'll watch some of his. Let's see. Let me put up a banner. And Justin, I am not putting no music on. You know, Smiley, smile around, find out I'm not putting that music on. And I don't know how to put those whatever up. I love you, my dear. Oh, and Justin needs a big apology. You know how to get his email. I know your ass was blocked in there last night. I didn't block you. I didn't have to. You look like a fool in there last night. You idiot. You know who you are, you freaking idiot. Come over here. I'll drop you a link. You want some drama? No. Somebody needs to get a hold of her. I think she's in freaking heat. Have her fixed. Is it a her? I don't know. I'm just saying. Like Betty says, just saying, ain't freaking playing. Okay, let's see. And that's no shade to nobody but her. Okay. Oh, these people. Wait. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. Okay.
As possible, especially now that it's been 16-17 months, and you know,
Hey, Seven.
things
Hey,
are a
everybody
lot
coming
more
in.
quiet in this case. So we
I know,
still
I'm
need to keep
disappointed
the
in so
pressure
many people.
on law enforcement, TBI, all of
Gypsy.
that. So other ways you can help out is become a member or gift a member. That always helps. We would love for you, if you are
I
able
just kind of
to,
started it
join
at the
the
head. I know
Pearl
it plays some
family.
music and stuff.
That always helps as well. I need to thank a few people. Jen, thank you so very much, my dear. I appreciate you very much. Good to see you, Miss Jen. And thank you so much. Justin Gold got you covered. Who's next? Thank you so much, Jen. Really do
Hey,
appreciate
Angel
you, my
calls too
friend.
fast.
Good
I'm
to
so
see
glad
you.
you're back.
And there's
I
Hey
just love
Jude.
you,
Hello,
honey.
Hey
I know you're
Jude.
trying to catch
Good
up.
to
But
see
I
you,
told
my
you,
dear.
everybody
Thank
hates
you so
everybody
much for your
now.
support. I saw War Eagle in here. Good to see you, War. Thank you so much, my dear. And thank you so much, Hey Jude. And Forget Me Not, you are definitely an OG.
I don't know.
18 months coming in clutch.
Hold on, let me
Thank
try
you
to get
so
through
much,
this. I
my
don't
dear.
know.
Good to see you.
Hold
We do
on.
appreciate you. We're Damn Eagle. There you are. Love you bunches, Justin. Not as much as I love you. Thank you so much. All of that. And so tonight you're going to learn more
y'all.
about Yellow Hoodie Guy. He is a very good
Okay,
man.
here we go.
And I do want to say that a little disclaimer before we get started on all of this. Don't harass, stalk, bother anybody that we talk about today at all. Like at all. You know, don't contact them or anything like that. I'm only going to give
life. It's got to stop.
first names in this. I have redacted the last names in this because I am doing this to try to kind of put this to bed, hopefully, that none of these people have anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance. And I can say that not just with what I have learned through
I still believe
own research and all that, but I can tell you because
but Yellow Coat,
I
know who he
can
is
just tell you I have
now.
a very good source,
I think it
And
was a weird exchange between
I
you and Hoodie.
will
That's just what I'm
1,000,000% tell you that nobody there had anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance related to that. Okay. So,
All they got to do is come out and clear
there's that.
stuff up.
All right. So let's get started. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Would really, really, really appreciate that. Hey, Little Red, thank you so much for 9 months. Really do appreciate you. I've been here for 9 months already. When is the baby coming? Thank you so much, Little Red. You never know. Linda, thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you. Good to see you, my dear. And War Eagle, thank you, baby. Good to see you. Appreciate you, my dear. If you received one of those, make sure you thank our dear War Eagle. Appreciate your support, my love. Appreciate it very much. Hey, Lady Freedom. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you guys for all you do to keep all of the good things going. Thank you so much, Lady Freedom. Appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you and hope you are well, my friend. Okay.
I want the one at the bowling alley shade.
Yeah, Hobo.
Somebody's got it. The one
You know,
outside.
I'll kind of touch on that a little bit. How you feel about
Oh, Little Red. Thank you.
them, I'll just say, whether it's positive or negative, that's up to you. I now go with 100% of what I know. You know what I mean? And I don't go on their sources for, in my opinion, specific reasons. No tea, no shade to them or anybody for that matter. But
good.
I've kind of stepped away from that. You get me? A long time ago, actually. And so yeah, that's all I want to say about that. So I don't really follow the same aspect as they do. So there's that. All right, let's get it started. Okay, so who is Mr. Guy in the hoodie?
He means yellow coat.
Right. Yes. Okay. So I want you to meet a very good man. Very good man. His name is Tommy. That is his name. I'm sorry, Nicole. I hope everything goes good. Yes. This is the guy. We'll get to it. I'll show it to you. We'll get to it. This is the man. Yellow hoodie or jacket, whatever you want to call it, that had the sweats on and had the mask on. Right? That's what I'm talking about.
I do too,
Ginger.
Christy. That part I do believe. Green hoodie.
And this is who the man is. Again, good guy. And Tommy was diagnosed with cancer, and then he went into remission in 2014. He's standing next to people, and I completely blurred it all out. So this is who he is. Now, again, he was diagnosed with cancer and then went into remission around or about 2014. Then Tommy got sick with cancer again. unfortunately.
Love you, Susie.
And Tommy is a good, very good, hardworking guy that retired, and he lives very, very close to the Texas Roadhouse or Steakhouse. Okay.
No. Yeah, he's not really the one that stood out either to me. It was the others. I agree with you on that. And, this is where me and Justin disagree also, and that's fine. We can, because we're friends. We've talked about this. I still believe Green Hoodie might have been involved. I mean, it was just something weird there. And something definitely was going on there, because why else would she run down there and raise Cain when she found out that video got out? Just something weird about that whole situation there at the place. However, I'm so glad he put out this to squash this rumor right here. And if y'all didn't see his chat last night, oh my God, somebody come in there to hijack it last night. And, the ones that know. If you don't, you don't. If you get what I'm saying today, fine. If you don't, you don't. A lot of shit's been happening since December. People just don't know. They want to accumulate me with these people. Y'all know who I am too. I don't F with these people. Once you really cross that line, I mean, if it's something, I can get back with, then fine. Thank you for becoming a new member, Susie. Thank you so much. Woo! Thank you. Love you. But lines were crossed in December. People's masks really come off and stuff like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I tried to go down through all that this morning. But crazy people try to hijack, and that's not right, to go in and try to hijack other people's chats and stuff. It's just not right. After this man was cleared or debunked with no names being called, this already happened once, and I think y'all have a pretty good feeling. You know who I'm talking about, when they also didn't mention any names and just cleared the pictures being side by side. That ignorant people, they try to claim they're for Sebastian, and then they turn around and talk about people stole my work. Nobody don't steal two pictures you put side by side. I could put two pictures side by side and say, this looks like so-and-so, but I'm not trying to steal your work. You get mad because I'm trying to debunk something. I'm sorry. I could take Justin's picture right here and then put another one and put a mask on their face to see if they're the same. I'm not stealing your work, or at least I don't look at it like that. But the bottom line is, you don't accuse attorneys in Pennsylvania of this, and people sit back quietly and just watch, and that's their business, and that's what they want to do, and whatever. And when this is being debunked in his chat, and then we're all watching, and then they fly in there, or they have their bulldogs to fly in there and hijack his chat so rudely, and then you as a mod say, well, you can't accuse somebody, and then everything goes terribly wrong. No, that's rude, and I'm going to address it. You smiled around with the wrong fucking one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Stop accusing people that have real lives, real jobs, real things that has nothing to do with Sebastian. That's why he can't be found. And on this, I do agree with L.E. We have our reasons why we can't stand them, and they have their reasons why they can't stand us. And it's people like that. Thank you, Panda Bear's mom. Well, I can't get you. Thank you, Panda Bear's mom. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. Love you so much. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Any way you look at it. And it needs to stop because Sebastian, you know, and I talked to somebody and just stuff is really, I know people you wouldn't even imagine that has nothing to do with, no people's name dropping all over the place and that. It's not even that. It's not even these people that you think, somebody you wouldn't even think that knows. Sebastian's people are really hurting this case. They really are. They really are. And I have struggled just in the last few days. Man. Because I haven't asked Seth no question. I mean, if you in here and there just talking or whatever, I haven't bombarded him. I haven't asked him these stupid questions. He gets enough on here. I'd rather just be an ear. I mean, a real person, the person that I am out here. But I have really struggled with some things. I think he really should know, or I should tell him. And I know he don't like to be left out in the dark. But I don't want him to think I'm saying, oh, this, that, or the other. But there are some things I've learned. And then in light of stuff that's come out, I'm like, God, what do I do? But that's okay. Sometimes people has to find out things on their own. But this is getting ridiculous, honestly. I'm telling everybody, use your common sense. For God's sakes, I know it's not that common much anymore. But surely to God, some people still has it. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to this before I get way off track, because I'll go way over here if I start getting mad.
And I'll show you that in a moment as well.
Hey,
not
Dan.
where he lives or anything, but
He made me smile. Kimberly, hello.
That he goes to the Texas steakhouse quite often. Yeah. And
yeah,
so you
That's
can
well
understand why he's bundled up, right? And B, he's got a mask on, because whenever someone is fighting a disease like cancer, you have to your immune system is wiped completely out. And Tommy even actually does something in the video, and we're going to play the video tonight as well, of there's another person who kind of I think we'll get to it. I'll just show it to you. We'll get to it right here. So Tommy was getting food on the evening of February 25th, 2025, and he was being safe because of his I spelled battle wrong. Battle with I was typing this like literally right before I went live. Cancer again. In the Texas video, you see a lady. People was saying that she was literally talking in her sleeve. It's the internet, so people were saying she was like talking in her sleeve or something, and she's actually sneezing. And Tommy, obviously, with how sick he's been, you can see him kind of like turn his head when the lady coughs or sneezes. I don't know if she coughs or sneezes naturally, because he wants to take extra care of himself because of his illness. I know they're talking in their sleeve. It's James Bond. None of these cases that, of course, Robin, thank you for being here. Most cases are as basic as possible. And I know that sounds old. It's like, well, Justin, why the hell hasn't he been found then? Well, I don't know, but I can tell you, usually cases are very, very simple in the scheme of things as to what had the person walk out of the door or someone to harm them. It's usually not this, you know, conspiracy, multifaceted thing. Okay. So it's the, you know, if someone walks out of the door, they've got a plan generally. If someone does something to someone, sometimes they have a plan and sometimes they don't. But they generally, and if they don't have a plan, then they've got to think really quickly, right? So it's not this, you know, bombardment of so many different steps. So we have to keep it as simple as possible. Here is Tommy writing on the Texas Steakhouse.
So he also gave a lot of reviews.
What is it? Facebook, who left a review because A, he lives close. Hello, Red, why do you keep getting deleted? I don't know what's going on.
She was
Something
deleting herself.
going on? I don't know. A, he lives close. B, he goes there often because, you know, I guess he eats out. He's sick as well. And, you know, Texas Steakhouse, you got to eat a good high protein diet when you're sick. Oh no, I deleted my comment. Sorry. Gotcha. 1 second, y'all.
I didn't know how to play his comments. I should have played his comments and let y'all see what happened. I think it's fixing to start. But this man gave reviews there.
Muted.
You know,
All right, guys.
he ate there all the time.
So he says, I love Texas Roadhouse, but outside the service has gone way down. Crap. 1 second. It's going to give me pneumonia. This fan. Okay. I love Texas Roadhouse, but outside the service has gone way down. It seems they lost that great young lady. She was excellent. Now, every time I have to go knock on the window, because they never bring my food. Looking forward
So
to
hold on.
Puckett's opening.
Hold on. So that probably accounts for him going in and out, you know? And he probably had to go to the bathroom and different things. I'm just saying. It kind of puts it together and makes sense now. At least it does for me. That's just me, my thinking. For Yellow Hoodie, okay?
Opening. So he goes there all the time to get his food. He gets takeout. We are all creatures of habit. All of us. Most of us do the same thing every day. It's good for us, actually, most of the time, to keep the same habit, right? We drink our coffee at the same time every morning, or we have our little rituals and our routines. And this seems to be one of Tommy's. I love you like a barrel of monkeys, baby. Thank you so much, Linda. That's so cute. Thank you so much. I love you too, darling.
Hey, Mama.
So that is what Tommy does. There was a new franchise owner that came to this location and took over. I guess people were not happy with it. This particular restaurant is very, very busy all the time. All the time. In fact, one of my girlfriends was, and her mother was out just the other day. They went to go eat there, and it was packed, and there was like a long waiting time. So they had to go eat somewhere else. It's a very, very busy place. So there's that. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Tommy. This is Tommy worked in a local store for decades, right? Decades. And so I'll tell you about that, and then we're going to get to the video and all of that stuff. So just give me a moment. A 17-year-old Tommy was working at Bluegrass Yacht and Country Club in the summer of 1977 when he received a phone call one night from a manager at a grocery store. I just got a call from Mr., and I redacted the name, who said, I need you to start tonight, Tommy recalled. The teen told him he'd have to give him a week's notice at the country club. The manager said he'd call back if he didn't find someone else. It wasn't long before the phone rang again. Shortly after that, the teen was sacking groceries at the West Main Street store at $2.30 an hour.
Oh,
I
yeah.
always
Hey, Julie,
wondered
absolutely.
what would have happened had he found someone else, Tommy said recently. 45 years later, this article's a little old. The now 62-year-old Hendersonville native is set to retire as store manager at the same West Main Building Street building. Those times were fun. Um, those times were fun.
Oh, and I think that I skipped it or, at the beginning, but just FYI, one of Justin's, she comes in there all the time. I think it was maybe Kim V. I'm not sure. Actually, her and her mom come out and said they literally knew Tommy. So they realized that's who it was, and they actually knew Tommy. And so that was something very interesting. I thought, yeah, it was Kim B, wasn't it? So, yeah, so that was another voucher for him. And I just thought that was interesting. My older son, who is single now, dating someone with two precious little girls. Anyway, he would eat dinner out every night because he was on the road a lot with his business, and he owns and travels a lot. Yeah, and that's what people people do that. Um, so yeah. So hello to everyone coming in. I am so sorry if I didn't see you. Um, I hope you're having a good day and you're welcome here and everything like that. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. We're watching Clutch Those Pearls. Please go sub up to his channel if you're not already. He cleared up some things for us last night on Who is Yellow Coat Guy, and it definitely is not the attorney in Pennsylvania. So we can clear that rumor up real quick, fast, and in a hurry. She said that her mom, yes, actually, that's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's go.
Fun, but on an old man, they were tough. And what will Tommy do when he retires? Whatever I want to do, he quips.
I like that answer.
Quote, I like to fish, play golf, love to camp. I've got cows at my home, and my girlfriend has 2 rental houses, so I think I'll be busy. But I'll work on my own timetable instead of
Me too,
someone
Holly.
else's. Still, he admits he'll miss the employees and the customers who has treated him like family for so many years. Tommy, so sorry, someone else says whose last day, Tommy's last day was April 29th. He will be missed too. He's been instrumental in making this store a success. I hope we can make it without him. So the reason I am bringing this to is to it has nothing to do with Sebastian's case. None of them does. And B, leave Tommy and everyone else alone, because he's just a very good man who worked hard his entire life and unfortunately has faced the battle of cancer not once but twice, right? And he doesn't need anything bothering him. You know what I mean? Thank you, little Miss Sharon. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Good to see you. Thank you so much. How you been? Yes, that's right, Gina. That's right. So this is
I don't know if
this
they got
was
that
actually
video or not.
February
I would
15th,
love to know.
2024.
Thank you, Hey
Good
Jude.
morning,
Woo!
Hendersonville. As an owner and operator of a local restaurant here, I am extremely grateful and
Yeah,
truly
he's still
blessed
with
to
us.
be
Not
able to
crazy.
support the amazing community.
Whoever got that
For
membership,
those that
please
took
thank Hey
time to
Jude.
come by yesterday and dine with us, I thank you. And for those of you who had to wait longer than usual, I can't apologize enough for some technical issues with our app and online wait system. I assure you all we are working on this as it will not happen again on a day of special memories that we have chosen to be a part of. So this is from the owner of the Texas Steakhouse. Now, this is obviously
It makes me laugh with that.
Edgar and KK. We'll get to that stuff in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much always said that
Welcome, little
it has
orange
nothing to do with
man.
Sebastian's case. However, I was very curious when I first got the video when it was sent to me, especially, KK passing, the little parking situation there. So I want to show you guys the video, perhaps, maybe.
I think
Thought I
this
pulled
is,
it up. Okay, I did pull it up.
uh,
So this is the video of Tommy and all that. Let's see here. This is KK. She pulls in and she backs out. And she kind of pulls back. You've not gotten this. I think Nick dropped the entire video, didn't he? The thing I want to talk about, and me and one of my dear mods and friends was talking about this. there, and we know that there's a lot of things going on the day before Sebastian, this day, February 24th, or the 25th, rather, sorry, February 25th, went missing. There was a lot of things they were up to, right? Shopping for groceries, all of this, so many places. One of these things you're getting ready to see, and I paused it for a moment because
Thank you, Leslie. Have a great
most
day,
of you
honey.
know this case inside out. But Sebastian does something very interesting right here. And he's going to put his hands around his ears. We're going to talk about that. That's exactly right. Now it makes sense why he was waiting around and why he didn't get his food in the video we saw. That is exactly right, Lady Freedom. He was waiting on his food, and he even left a review saying, Kim knows Mr. Tommy. Kim V. Good, good. Thank you, Kim. And he even said in that review that, it's not like it used to be. He's got to stand around and stuff. So, for someone, particularly an older person, that
Sorry, I'm on mute, y'all. I don't know if anyone got that or not. So what I was trying to say on chat last night, because I have an autistic son. Hold on just a minute. Thank you. Wait, what? Yes, knowing the truth is way more important, and you don't have to be first. You don't have to build your channel. It'll come, okay? None of that is important. It shouldn't matter about all that BS. Lies always will get you. I don't respect all of that. I just don't. The truth is the truth. Anyway, thank you. Wait, what? Love you. But anyway, what I was trying to say when we got to this part last night, it's hard to type all that and say what you mean. And I like to say what I mean and mean what I say, good, bad, or indifferent. Y'all know that. But anyway, what I was trying to say is, and this is just from experience, everybody's different. Every child with autism is different. Everything is different. But I do want to put this out there. Sebastian has been to Texas Roadhouse, obviously, many times. But Texas Roadhouse and other restaurants, but we're sticking with Texas Roadhouse, they do play loud music. Okay. And although he was familiar with that, and this is my opinion and my opinion only, but I want to put this out there. When he got out of the car, he put his hands on his ears. Okay. Because as he was going in, that hurt his ear. Listen, I don't like going in the bathroom. I can't stand certain noises. I don't like the fan on. I don't know, something about that drives me insane. I just don't like it. I don't like it when somebody else turns it on. I just don't like it. They can disconnect them all for all I care. But anyway, that's beside the point. You get my point? But he don't like it. But once he got in there, somebody made the note and said, no, well, he wasn't doing it when he was in there. No, he wasn't. Once he got in there and he sat down at the table, he was very well mannered and all of the above. But what it was is, in my opinion, and from experience, he sat down with his mom to have dinner. He knew that was his surroundings, and it was okay. He felt safe. It took him a minute to get his bearings together and all that and sit down, and once he did, everything was okay. That's my opinion, you know. And to me, it's such a shame, in my opinion, the very one you feel safe with, you disappear with. I'm just saying. Thank you, Shay. But I hope y'all understood what I was saying, and I just wanted to point that out. Again, everybody is different. Everybody. But yeah, it's normal to hold your ears, especially when you're autistic. Little Orange Man said, I believe they were arguing. It's possible. I think Justin put a very interesting clip out this morning, and I did share it. I didn't catch it until then. And that was, dump it out for me. That was when he went to reach for the roll and his mom said something or looked at him a certain way, and Sebastian took his hand back. If you didn't see that, you can look at that as well, but it's out there. Justin put it out. It's on TikTok. It's on mine. It's been shared. I thought that was very interesting, though, considering they talk about him getting snacks and all the things. I just hated to see that. Maybe it wasn't nothing, and it sure wasn't criminal, obviously, but I just think it's sad. It's sad when you can't control. So it wasn't just Chris, in my opinion, and it's just sad. And then another thing I was saying in Justin's last night, why would you I shouldn't say allow, that's not the proper word. Why would you take Sebastian to a restaurant that was so loud? It wasn't like she ate a bunch of food, you know? So if she was taking him out to really have a good, enjoyable day, why didn't they just go somewhere else? You know? I don't understand that. Why didn't they just go anywhere else? I just wanted to point that out. It was just some thoughts I had. So.
That has health issues, you know, they'll give you a time frame whenever that, you know, to pick up your food. And when you go there to pick up your food and it's not ready or something, you don't want to be standing around. He's sick. Do we know why Tommy was looking toward Katie? He was just looking around. You know, that's maybe he heard something. I don't know, but there was nothing, no particular reason. He's bad. All right, I'm going to slow this down right here. And I want you to watch Sebastian. Yeah, but what I'm talking about, Little Miss Sharon, is, you know, if you call from your house and they say the food will be ready in 20 minutes and you go there in 20 minutes, and the food's not ready, or you wait 30 or 40 minutes and your food's not ready. It gets a little irritating sometimes. Well, I want to
Yeah,
answer this
everybody's
question,
different.
and I want to answer it as respectful as possible. But Bluegrass Meadow says, did this man not know that the true crime community was looking for him? Why did he not come out with this information sooner? Well, there's a few reasons for this, I'm sure. One is authorities contacted him. Two, he is an elderly man and he's battling cancer. And number three, he doesn't owe us anything. He's just an elderly, ill man who is getting his food, and he doesn't owe us anything, right? He he talked to authorities, which they knew he had nothing to do with it, but he talked to the authorities, and that's all that he owed anyone, was that. So I hope I answered that as best as possible. All right, now watch Sebastian right here. What's Sebastian doing? What's he doing? He's holding those ears. I'm sure he doesn't follow YouTube. Yeah. Right? He's holding his ears. Why is he holding his ears? It's really not, Sherry. It's really not. And that's kind of why I wanted to hopefully put this to bed, is to just, can we leave it alone? This part, can we just leave it alone? Um Covering his ears. The music is blasting. Yes. Um One of my girlfriends was in there, like I told you. It is very loud music generally, and not only that, but it is very loud inside of there as well. Very loud in there. So this is, we'll let me speed this back up to the normal where it is, and then it'll talk about, it's absolutely normal with someone with autism. Absolutely. um but I will say this, that allegedly, according to people in Sebastian's neighborhood, Sebastian did not like the sound of the garage door. And allegedly, most of the time, KK would let Sebastian out before the garage door opened, and Sebastian would go through the front door of the house, right? She would stop in the driveway, let Sebastian out. Sebastian would go through the front door because he did not like that garage door, which, in my opinion, yes, it was too loud, which, my opinion, also proves uh, or is supporting evidence, at least in my opinion, that he would have never have went out the garage door. Okay. I thought it was going to click over, but I guess it's not. Okay. So then we're going to see Miss KK
And they were busy in
and
there that night. That's for sure.
Sebastian
They stay busy.
go in here, and they're going to have their dinner. Well, mainly Sebastian. I mean, KK ate some, but not a lot, it seems. Same when they arrive. Wouldn't it be the same when they arrive to the garage? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. When they arrive, Sebastian, I know, or I'm sorry. When they arrived, that they would let Sebastian out. And I will say that in my, I absolutely, just my personal, one of 7 billion people on the planet that has an opinion. But I will say that I absolutely think Sebastian made it home that evening. But I also will say I find it very interesting that the day, that evening, KK allegedly does not let Sebastian out and goes straight into the garage.
Yeah, that was strange.
So Sebastian didn't get out and go through the front door. And so neighbors have said, in their opinion, that is one thing that they did notice and found that a little interesting.
Oh God, I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, yeah, I don't think under any circumstances, Holly, that he ran away. Under any circumstance whatsoever, I don't think he ran away. And I'm like you, I think he was probably too tired from that entire day to do anything. And that's still my thoughts to this day, that he wanted to go home and do nothing more than to just go to bed. That's still my opinion. I think when he was starting to or before he even left the table, he looked like he was kind of getting sleepy. That's just my opinion. And I don't know if she gave him his medicine or not before they went to dinner or during dinner or anything. I didn't see her do it during dinner, but I don't know. She may have gave it to him before they went to eat. But I think regardless, if he even had his medicine, he was wore out. In my opinion, that was just way too much for him. Hold on, I think I stopped sharing this or something. I don't know what I did.
Oh my God.
There we go. Okay.
Oh my God. Tar Heel to the office, please. Tar Heel to the office. We need a late slip for the Mrs. Tar Heel. Thank you, love. Good to see you, honey. Lakeside, there you are, baby. Good to see you, my friend. It's been nice. 10 months already watching from the bushes this season. Love you. We love you too, Lake. Thank you so much for everything. Really do appreciate you. Yes, he does walk on his tippy toes. He definitely walks on his tippy toes. Thank you, Louise. Justin, that's a great catch. I hadn't thought about her pulling straight into the garage. Yes. She did pull straight into the garage that day. So there's that. You can have your own opinion on that and think about, however you think about that. All right, so now they're going to come in here. Oh, crap. They're going to come in here, and we're going to wait for Sebastian and KK. They're getting the menus. In just a second. Again, there's the outside right here. It's really a very uneventful dinner. In my opinion, KK a couple times looks frustrated or a little bit of an attitude. I still wonder, I want to slow this down. I still wonder about those pictures. I find it very odd that those pictures were taken, especially not wanting Sebastian to know. Yep. Yeah. Now I want to show.
Sorry, I was muted. It breaks my heart too, Manus Mal, because also too, I did email back and forth with Twyla of EquiSearch, and I believe her 1,000%, 1,000%. But here's the thing that I don't believe. So I asked her, I asked her, I said, look, I said, and that wasn't, the first time I've ever spoke to her or whatever, but I asked her, I said, look, I said, because I knew she went out and I know she spoke to Katie and them. And, I asked her, I said, look, and we have a mutual friend. So I said, look, I said, let me ask you something. I said, did you see those pictures of Sebastian? I don't know if I worded it right or was perfectly in saying the Texas Roadhouse pictures, but I did ask her, did she see the pictures of Sebastian? I said, did he have any bruises on him? Now, I don't think I asked her, without going back through 1,000 emails, I don't think I asked her, was he happy? But she threw that in. She said, he looked happy. I done read it to y'all once anyway and showed you. I said, she said, yes, she saw them and he looked happy. But here's the thing that keeps bothering me. We all say and we all see, even Seth, he did not look happy this day, not at bowling, not here or anything. So I'm not saying she was not telling the truth, okay? But what I'm thinking is, I don't think Katie showed her these pictures of him. I just don't. I just don't. That's my opinion. She may have. She could have. Maybe she did. Maybe somebody's cleared it up since then or will clear it up. I don't know. But I don't know how you get happy out of that. I really don't. He don't look happy to me. And there's several things pointing to he's not. But again, the question still stands. Why did Katie not give these last pictures of Sebastian, even the ones at the bowling alley? Why didn't she give them to for the Amber Alert. Why? Why? It wasn't just these Texas Roadhouse pictures. Where's the other ones from that day? I'm just wondering. Just wondering. So yeah, I'm with you, Menace. It breaks my heart too.
Show you something about this here in just a second as well. I just got it. It's a very busy time there. Whenever it's always busy there. It's just always busy. KK is wearing like some type of blue little jacket.
Enjoy it. Enjoy time with
Sebastian's
your family,
wearing
honey.
this black t-shirt, light washed jeans, and he's got, I think it's baby Yoda on there. But he's going to sit down here and he's going to do something which I find interesting. Someone was telling me about this. I didn't even notice it. You see him looking at this machine here, right? And this is a play, you can find what is it? You can pay your bill here. You can play games here while you wait for food. I think you have to pay for the games, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong on that, but I do know that they offer games on this little device. You can contact your waiter or waitress sometimes with these, not all the time, but sometimes. So there's that as well. Okay, let's continue. He's got his eye on this screen. He's definitely got his eye on it. And KK's looking at it. She turns her head. Watch him. He's pointing at it. See, let me just show you. He's certainly pointing at it. Right? It's like a little tablet. Yes. Do you know if they went to the Texas Roadhouse often? Because if you had, yes, Diana, and we're going to get into that. If the noise issue was a loud place, would not be too comfortable, even though, in my opinion, he did excellent with the noise. Correct. And that's one of the questions I have that I'm going to kind of talk about this evening. Got to take on. Oh, gotcha.
Oh Lord, that's when the problems.
Guys, do me a favor, please hit that thumbs up button. We greatly
Poor
appreciate
Justin.
it.
Stuff started going haywire in that
Blue's
chat.
cotton and
Bulldog
for
came
what?
in. His chat was getting hijacked.
Hold on, let me back up just a tad here. So she's looking at the thing and he's pointing at it. There he is pointing. And he's wanting to play that game on there. Hold on. He's wanting to play that game on there. And she kind of shakes her head no. Nods her head no, I guess that's what you could say. And he is absolutely perfect here, right? Like, I can't say this enough, with people that is autistic, no matter really what part of the spectrum, generally has a lot of trouble with loud noises, uh, with any type of something that's too much stimulating. Um, hold on, something going on in chat. I don't know what talking about. Yes, very well. Okay, he's very good table manners. Um, and they had had a very, very busy weekend, right? Very busy. And so let me get myself smaller so y'all can see this. Saturday,
Oh
uh,
my God, y'all. And somebody thought that was Cluminati. Are y'all kidding me?
yeah, I don't know what's going on,
That's the
but
craziest thing I ever heard.
please
I'm just saying.
be respectful in chat. We never have problems here. So uh, they're not being respectful, and they can mods can take care of it. Just be respectful. Um, so okay, moving on here. So they order food and all of this, and they wait. Sebastian eats quite a bit. Uh, he eats quite fast. Some people are fast eaters. Some people aren't. Um, the picture thing still. Hold on.
Poor Justin. It wasn't funny last night. Poor Justin. I'm so sorry, Justin.
Okay? I don't. Okay, I'm just looking at what's going on in chat. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
So they're looking at the menu and all of that,
Y'all owe him an apology.
and they're going to
I
pick
already
out whatever
apologized to my
they
friend.
pick out. The back and the picture and lack of salad. I think she is. She eats a salad of
Justin's
some
like me. He
sort.
gets distracted. And look,
She
he's
does
doing
eat a
something
salad of some
important.
sort. Oh,
Isn't
I've got it.
crazy?
No wonder it's going slow. I've got it on 0.25.
I just left.
So
Y'all
they're
better be
just,
glad I didn't go
kind of
wild
waiting,
last night. It would have been
ordering.
wild over here, honey.
It looked to me like they kept them outside. What do you mean kept them outside? Why they stayed out of the house? Yes. And I agree with that, Low Red. I agree with that 100%. I think she wants love. No worries. No worries, Smiley. She wants to why she wanted
got blocked, and I said I was
to have
leaving.
it's just a lot. It's just a lot for Sebastian, right? To go through all of this
Don't
stuff
bring none, ain't
during
gonna be none, honey.
the weekend. No, Smiley. Did Smiley say she's leaving? No, Smiley. You shut up and stay. That's an order. That's an order.
I was already gone, honey.
Hold on. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. I'm getting a call. I apologize.
No, I heard it from their mouth. I ain't heard it from LE yet. Who did you hear it from? Because I'm going to wait on LE to come out and say that.
Hold on. I need to see something. 1 second.
He saw something all right. He told me to get my effing ass back in there. I went to bed.
Okay.
I needed my beauty
I dealt with
sleep. Yeah, well, I'll wait till Ellie
Who
comes
called
out and
Justin?
says that. How about that?
There wasn't anybody like that. Okay. We got it taken care of. Yes, that's right.
I'm sorry, Justin, for the distraction.
Sure. Okay. Whoever I don't know this TJ person. If you're unsubscribing, then unsubscribe. You don't have to
Woo.
tell me. I mean,
He don't care.
yeah,
It's not a damn airport.
listen, my mods are absolutely amazing. I promise you, I have the best mods out of anybody who are respectful
Oh,
to everyone. Everyone. So
I love you, Justin.
you don't gotta text me and say that you're unsubscribing.
He
It's
don't give
not
a
an
flying
airport.
flip about you, TJ. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
I
Let me
mean,
stop this.
I don't understand why people do that.
Ooh, let me spill some more tea. This is a good time to stop, honey. Let me tell you about Miss Bulldog right there. Oh, honey, let me tell you. Justin don't give a damn. Let me tell you about Miss Bulldog right there. Justin texted me the other day and said, who is this TJ person? I said, oh, that's Lolly's Bulldog. He said, I just told her off. I said, why? She emailed him, had the nerve to email him because I'm sorry, Justin. I'm sorry. I got receipts. I love you, Justin, but I'm sorry. This bitch. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta go back up here. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Oh shit. Mm-mm. I gotta whip it good, whip it out, whip it good. Oh God. Okay, hold on. Okay. Y'all asked for this shit. All right. Okay. You see, Justin? Whip it good. Smile around and find out. Ooh-hoo. Okay. So the other day, hold on a minute. Oh, and TJ69, this was to Justin. Justin's in blue, by the way. Justin's in blue. I'm in green. I'm in green. So Justin says, this was the 25th of June, Wednesday, the 25th of June. Justin says, who is this TJ69? So, honey, he don't know y'all. Y'all be throwing everybody's names around. Nobody even pays attention to y'all, okay? I said, Lolly's mod. I said, fucking bad. Why? He said, just pretty much told her what's what. I said, and she has troll accounts. I said, good. He said, she texted me. She's the reason. And then I said, she's the reason. I said, she's the reason Lolly is what and where she is. That's all I said. So he says, he shows me the text. And he says, she texts Justin and she says, why do you keep stepping on Lolly? She was at 4, meaning 4 o'clock. Nobody was gone. She means going live now. Nobody was gone now. You're going to change it. Since when do you fucking tell people to change going live, bitch? To 7. Telling Justin he's going to change it to 7? What? No, you're going to change it to 7:30. She changed her live. Now you're going to something. What's going on? Question mark. Justin said, what? I don't look for anyone's time. People can go when they want. She says, okay. Okay, big bad okay. Justin says, I have a busy life. I go when I can, period. I said, tell her to get fucked. Ring my bell. How's that working out for you, Lolly? Ooh, ring my bell. Let me tell y'all something. I could get off of this YouTube today. Y'all could kick me off today. You could close my channel today. And I would go on with my life. I could still go on to Tennessee. I could still do Sebastian things. Smiley does what Smiley wants. What about you, girl? I might spill some more tea. I don't know. Might not. Might not. Smiley's in the mood today. Smile around, find out. Cheese. Oh, and how is this? How's Lolly going to tell Seth to kiss her ass, and then when he drops down in the chat, oh, it's just something I do. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Y'all are some ass-kissing, two-faced assholes. How about that? How about that? See, these people don't know the behind. See, because you're always so, oh dear. Oh. Yes, thank you. But they didn't know in December you made Millie cry. Millie didn't even know what the hell was going on. You and your bulldog and your mask that dropped when nobody even knew you was coming on a call to do what you did. Did they? And the whole time nobody said nothing about it. Ain't nobody trying to save your sorry ass anymore. I wasn't never trying to save you. In fact, way back in Summer Wells' case, I asked Annabella, what you mean, Lolly? I mean, people go everywhere, but you sure you can trust her? Okay. She sure is everywhere up on top of everything. Okay. She be looking crazy up on all this. But okay. People don't have a clue. Open your eyes, people. But y'all do what you want. But you don't mess with Millie and you don't mess with Justin. And something else I ain't never understood. All them haters. Sometimes I don't really think, I don't think they're bad, really all that bad. I really don't. Sometimes I do be watching them from the bushes. But why y'all always got to be going after me when there's people like this? People, y'all got to be using some common sense. There's common ground out there. And that's Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and these missing kids. Look, I do my own thing over here. I do my own thing. It needs to stop. I be minding my own damn business. They don't like this shit. TJ needs to stop her shit. Lolly needs to stop her shit. It was funny to me. Let me just keep on. I'm fixing to keep on with Justin. It's just funny to me. Some things, some weird shit really goes on around here. On one hand, you can say, I hope Summer Wells is dead. Really hope she's dead if she was trafficked. But when you're kissing somebody's ass to build your channel, it's okay for Sebastian. Praising, two-faced. Man, I don't care who subs, unsubs, all the things. Man, y'all make me sick. Get a damn life, people. Right is right. Now I'm going to continue with my show till I stop again.
Why do you do that? Like, that's it's so ridiculous. It's like, I want you to know that I'm like, when I unsubscribe from someone, I'm just like, unsubscribe, get on with your life.
Want to email,
Get on with
not
your day.
unsubscribe. So
It's like, it's not a big, like, why do you do that? I guess it's, I don't know what's going on here, but I know my mods are the best. It's crazy. Okay, moving on. All right. So let me just make myself smaller here, and let's see. Have they done the picture yet? All right. So they're eating. They got their drinks, all of that. And
how do I want to
they
be
are-
notified? Honey, just
you can tell they're
unsubscribe.
talking about something.
You don't need to tell me.
But I
I
think
ain't no
Katie was
airport.
giving him.
I
I think
ain't
she
no
was giving him
airport.
some lip right there. Right there.
I don't pay my
I think
bills.
she's not being. You can see her shrug
Just
her
do
shoulder
it,
and
like
stuff.
Nike says. Just do it.
You can see the attitude. Sebastian looks down.
One thing Smiley ain't gonna do is cry over spilt milk. One thing Smiley ain't gonna do. Send me a paper plane. Actually, I don't know. Let me see. Let Smiley. Let's see. Oh, today, y'all. I ain't got no storage, but I need some gas in the car. Let's see what Smiley needs. Smiley don't need shit. I don't need shit. YouTube don't pay my bills. YouTube don't wipe my ass. YouTube don't make me or break me, honey. But if y'all want to send something nice, go ahead. I can find something to do with it. My mama didn't raise no fool, but I ain't going to sit here and grift over it either. And I ain't going to, have my mods going, oh, I don't make no money. And I don't do this and I don't do that. If some people fall for something, they'll fall for anything. And you don't see them hate channels doing it either. I watch. You don't see them doing it. They just sit there and they do it because they give a good show. I'm just saying. Use a little bit of your common sense. Don't blow where the wind blows. Stop being followers. Don't tear up because, I don't know what I'm going to do with my channel from now on. I'm sorry. Really? I'm sorry. But you're going to do it on a missing kid? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You unsub from me and sure shut my channel down or talk about me or drag me. People's tried to drag me for 5 years. My life still goes on. And
He's cutting his bread.
stop the lies, though.
Now, they went to
On or off here, you ain't gonna hurt people I care about.
They went to the arcade that day, right? They went to the arcade that day, and I was thinking, would Sebastian like going to the bowling alley and the arcade? And it's very interesting because I think it's certain sounds that bothers them, or even maybe just the moment or the mood that they could perhaps be in, because then I was thinking Sebastian bowled, right? He bowled before. We've got pictures of him bowling. So that didn't seem to bother him, at least not that particular day. And there's another place on his birthday they're playing, like at a gaming place. But I'm just wondering. I agree, Lakeside.
It's okay. And as far as from December to now, it's
I
not just
agree.
something I go spreading around. I don't try to cause trouble. It's
Arcade and
fine.
bowling alley are both pretty noisy.
But when
Yes,
you
and
poke
the
too much,
bowling alley that
get
they
it,
went
honey.
to, it has an arcade. It has an arcade, right? So there's that. BJ's first, then home, then the arcade, because the bowling alley had a tournament. So I think it's the same place, isn't it? Or maybe it's not the same place. I don't know. But I've got a picture of them there at the arcade place. It may depend. Like, my youngest plays I would love to hear if any parents in here has like an autistic child. Does it, because I am not as aware as many of you in here about this situation. Is it certain noises, or does it depend on uh kind of like their mood that they're in or how they feel that day? I would like to know that. They can
Better
hear
watch out,
fluorescent
Andy. I'll make
light
her
bulbs
do me
buzz as
another
well.
T-shirt.
Yeah, that makes sense. My kid only does it when he hears yelling or loud trucks. So when I was a kid, I was like, I lived in a logging community,
Oh shit.
and there was logging trucks that would come down this big hill, and it terrified me as a kid, and I could not stand to hear it. Like, I could hear it coming, and I would put my ears, and I would just do that. Yeah, they just played the games because it was league time. Certain things can make them stem. Okay. Engine. Yeah. I call it Jake brakes. That's the only thing I know it by is the Jake brakes.
Jake breaks.
Depends on the mood and the spectrum level. Well, for instance, like I said, when Sebastian, and tell me this, can it, like, for instance, Sebastian got out of the car where it was probably pretty quiet, and then he got out and he heard this loud music suddenly. Could that have made him do this? And will they get warmed up? Could he get warmed up to the sound and be okay with it maybe after a few minutes? I don't know. Daddy covered his ears. I feel so bad for Sebastian. Yeah. So I'm autistic, and loud appears only to bother me, and I am just overwhelmed. Otherwise, it might be an annoyance. But
There you
everyone
go,
is different.
Andy.
It is a wide range of manifestations. Yeah, there's definitely a big spectrum of that, right? So there's that. Okay, thank you. This is inside the strike and spare right here. Oops. This is inside the strike and spare. Perhaps. It just seems like it was a lot to do. In my opinion, I felt like she wanted to so you guys remember the recording that I played of KK and Edgar talking about they were talking, I think, to one of the PIs or something, but Sebastian and KK were actually
Put a smiley
home
face and glasses on my butt.
quite a while that day, that evening, that afternoon, later that afternoon. They were home for quite some times. Now, in the the interview that
And I'll
he
need a
did,
little miniature bulldog down
all the
there
interviews
trying
that
to
she
lick my feet.
talked about, where they went all that day, they were actually, can we hear that again? Yeah. I'll have to find it, but sure. They actually were home quite some time, because she's like, we were there for a while. she made it seem like it was just we dropped off the groceries and came, completely just left after that. But they actually didn't buy a lot. They just bought like 2 or 3 things, from what I understand. Which again is another interesting thing. You don't generally go to a grocery store on Saturday and a Sunday, right? You can get groceries at Sam's Club, at Costco, at BJ's, or wherever else, but a lot of people grocery shop
At
at
Walmart.
those. Now, you might grocery shop at one for some things and some for another, but you generally don't do it 2 days in a row like that, I wouldn't think. You are the Sped is the teacher. She's the one to ask. Sometimes in high certain pitched noise bother them a lot. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yes, I think they got home by 7, and that she said approximately 15 minutes later, he took out the trash out. Yes. And we that is what she alleges, but I can tell you that it's hard to know who it is taking out the trash. I used to be fairly certain. I know Mohawk and I kind of disagreed on this a lot, but
Oh, Millie, thank you.
I used to be fairly certain that I
Millie, for
thought
the
Sebastian
membership, if y'all
took
got
out
into that,
the
please
trash,
thank
and I still
Millie.
think it's probably likely, but I can just say that now I don't know if it was him that actually took out the trash. That's all I can say about that publicly, but I'm just not as sure. Okay, let me get to this video now. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. Mods, how many thumbs up do we got? Give me a second. One second, y'all. $7.32. Come on. I need a Diet Pepsi break. I'm not sure. I think about what he's wearing at Texas Roadhouse and why would he put a hoodie on to take out the trash. Yeah. I'm sure. Well, I've not seen the video on Sebastian taking out the trash. Now Edgar has not recently, but a while back, he said that things were, the FBI cleared it up and all that. And I disagree. I don't think I think it was very hard to tell. That's all I can say. I used to be terrified of elevators. I went through a phase, just a little phase, but I was terrified during that phase. All right, so let's watch KK when she's taking these pictures. She So she is eating there. It looks like she's eating some rice or chicken or something like that. It doesn't look like a fun time, in my opinion. I don't get the feeling that it's a fun time at all. It seems very what's the word I'm looking for? Just the usual. She definitely is left-handed. Girl mom says. Yeah, she does take out the phone. Now, Edgar has said that he believes, or he said it was KK texting him that evening. And of course, authorities are going to know what was sent, what was text, what was said, the times, and all of that, right? This is where she's looking around and stuff. There, I don't think she's looking for anybody. I just think she's, in my opinion, again, I'm just one of 7 billion. I don't think that she's looking for necessarily anyone. Now, I will say that if I think she is looking for anyone, I think it could be related to maybe her and her husband perhaps arguing or something.
Yeah, and you're allowed to put different things in their IP,
And
and
he
that's
might
the
have said,
great thing
I'm
about
coming there
that.
or something. But that's just speculation. Okay. Yes, she definitely eats with her left hand for sure. Are any of you like eat with, I mean, I couldn't eat with my left. I'm right-handed. But I couldn't eat very well with my left-handed. I think so too, Jude. I think it just looks, it doesn't feel warm and fuzzy. I'll say that. Now, left-handed people are many times more intelligent,
My
especially
mom
at
was
different
left-handed.
problem solving and stuff. Of course, that's not always. Watch her here. She's not eating or anything. She's just kind of looking at him. Sebastian's getting a straw. And that's his first drink. He's so perfect here. And just a few hours later, yes, KK8, yes. She's eating right now. In just a few short hours, he's never going to be seen since. She fusses at Sebastian, is my recollection. You can tell she's fussy in my what the stepfather, something critical happened and did not end well for Sebastian.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a minute, y'all. Hold on. Hold on a minute. So y'all can go over at Justin's and watch that. Let's see hold on a minute. Hold on. Shit. Hold on, y'all. Listen, y'all. Breaking news, that's Smiley's.
The plea agreement that I talked about today, do you agree with that plea agreement?
Yes.
Breaking news.
And do you understand the nature of the charges that you've been charged with that I understand you're going to plead guilty today to?
Yes.
As I indicated, I'm not bound by the plea agreement, but the plea agreement is for the maximum on each count. Do you understand that I'm not bound by the plea agreement?
Yes.
Has anyone promised you that I would be lenient or easy on you if you pled guilty?
No.
Has anyone threatened you or anyone close to you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Has anyone other than the state's agreements with respect to the plea agreement, has anyone promised you anything in exchange for your plea agreement?
No.
Has anyone told you
This
to
is
be
Kohlberger's
untruthful in answering
plea.
my questions today?
No.
Has anyone offered you a reward of any kind other than the plea agreement in order to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
And counsel, obviously there have been a number of motions filed to suppress evidence in this case. Other than those
Y'all make-
filed, are there any other motions that you
Make
felt
sure
that,
you drop
were available with respect
the link to
to
Fox
Rule 12?
News and copyright. Thank you.
And Mr. Kohlberg, you understand that by entering the guilty plea in this case, you would be giving up your right to appeal any
No, I wanted to
decision
hear
this court
this.
made,
I think I want to hear the
as well
victim's
as your
impact
sentence.
statements.
Yes.
Have you had enough time to decide whether or not to plead guilty?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Given your
Jerry.
choices, do you believe it's in your best interest to plead guilty?
Yes.
Have you discussed fully the matter of pleading guilty with your attorney, and are you satisfied with the advice you've received?
Yes.
Has your attorney advised you to your satisfaction about what your rights are, what your defenses may be, and what the possible consequences to you of your guilty plea are?
Yes.
Has your attorney done everything you've asked them to do?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with their representation of you?
Yes.
I have received a written guilty plea advisory questionnaire that is purported to be filled out by you. Did you fill that document out?
Yes.
Did you understand the questions that you answered in this document?
Yes.
And are the answers that are outlined in
Millie,
this document
did you
your
see?
answers?
Is his parents? Did
Are
his
those
parents
answers,
come,
truthful?
Yes.
or they did not? I can't tell.
Did you sign the document?
Yes.
Mhm.
And this document outlines many of the rights that you have in this case. Should you not plead guilty, did you understand those rights?
Yes.
They include a right to a jury trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
They include a right to the presumption of innocence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
They have the right to require the state to prove your guilt as to each element beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Yes.
They include a right to confront your accusers and cross-examine witnesses presented by the state, including by utilizing the subpoena power of the court to accomplish that. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand you would have a privilege against self-incrimination and a right to remain silent, meaning you would not be compelled to testify if you did not wish to, had you not pled guilty.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up that privilege and those rights that I've just outlined by
Yes,
pleading
they
guilty.
do have the death
Yes.
penalty. They took it off the.
All right, I want you to
Because
understand
of
what the
this.
state would have had to have proven that trial had you, to the crimes that you're pleading guilty to, had you if you didn't plead guilty. Let me find the document. Hang on a second here. All right. So
They
as
are
to
there.
count one,
Okay,
Burglary,
thank
the state would have to
That's what I was
approve
wondering,
that
if they would
on
come
November
stand
13,
behind him, but
2022 in Latah County, Idaho, you unlawfully entered a residence located at 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder. As to count 2,
mhm.
the state would have had to have proven that on or about that same date in Latah County, Idaho, you did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice aforethought, kill and murder Madison Mogen, a human being, by stabbing Madison Mogen, from which she died. As to count 3, the state would have had to have proven that on that same date in Latah County, at that same address, you did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice aforethought, kill and murder Kaylee Gonzalez, a human being, by stabbing her, from which she died. As to count 4, the state would have had to have proven that on or about that same date in Latah County, Idaho, you did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice aforethought, kill and murder Xana Kernodle, a human being, by stabbing her, from which she died. And then as to count 5, also murder in the first degree, that on or about November 13th, 2022, in Latah County, Idaho, you did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice aforethought, kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being, by stabbing him, from which he died. Do you understand those things the state would have had to have proven?
Yes.
And do you understand that by pleading guilty, the state no longer has to prove those things because you're admitting those things are true?
Yes.
I want to also make, for the record, the defendant has provided with the guilty plea advisory form a document entitled Written Factual Basis that purports to have the defendant's signature dated 1 July 2025. Did you sign that document?
Yes.
And did you agree with the written factual basis that is included there?
Yes.
And then let me ask you, did you, on November 13th, 2022, enter the residence at 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder?
Yes.
Did you, on November 13th, 2022,
It is
in
different
Latah
hearing him
County,
say it,
state
isn't
of
it?
Idaho,
It's a lot different.
kill and murder Madison Mogen, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and malice aforethought?
Yes.
Did you, on or about that same date in Moscow, Idaho, kill and murder Kaylee Gonzalez, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and malice aforethought?
Yes.
And did you, on that same date in Moscow, Idaho, kill and murder Xana Kernodle, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice aforethought?
Yes.
And then on or about November 13th, 2022, again in Latah County, Idaho, did you kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being?
Yes.
Did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice aforethought?
Yes.
I would ask the state at this time to provide its recitation of its factual basis had this case gone to trial.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the organization's recitation is different than what I think the court and the public may be familiar with from the probable cause affidavit and other documents. The state's evidence as an overview would show that back in March of 2022,
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think his parents would go.
Residents or residing back in Pennsylvania,
I know that's his
home state.
their child, but I didn't think they would show up.
A K-bar, knife, and sheet with an Amazon gift card that he had purchased shortly prior to the purchase of the knife, sheath, and sharpener. Jumping ahead, the end of June of that year, the defendant, Mr. Kohberger, moved from Pennsylvania to Pullman, Washington, which is right across the state line from Moscow, Idaho, for the purpose of pursuing a PhD in criminal justice at Washington State University. The state's evidence would indicate that beginning July 9th of 2022, Mr. Kohberger's phone began connecting to a cell tower that serves the area of the 1122 King Road residence in Moscow, Idaho.
And I
Now,
know,
I will acknowledge for the court and all present that there are many
was it
residences in
Kaylee's
that area.
parents
Dense population of
that are
mostly
so
college-related
upset about
occupants.
this getting a plea deal?
Between
And I can
July
see it on
9th
both
of
sides.
2022 and November 7th,
But
the
I think it was a
defendant's phone
slap in the
connected to
face that they
particular
did not
tower
get
during
told.
late night,
Hey,
early
SI
morning
officer.
hours, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. on approximately 23 times. Now, I will acknowledge also, we do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact with 1122 or with residents of 1122, but we can put his phone in that area on those times. In the interim, on August 22nd of 2022, Lake Tahoe County Sheriff's Deputy Darren Duke conducted a traffic stop in the early morning hour or late evening hours, about 11 p.m. On the west side of Moscow, on Moscow Pullman Road. This was the traffic stop of Mr. Kohberger's car, which turned out to be a 2015 white Hyundai Elantra with Pennsylvania plates. During the course of the traffic stop, Deputy Duke was able to obtain Mr. Kohberger's name, Brian Kohberger, his phone number, and his address, which at that point was an apartment address in Pullman. We then moved to the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022. The state's evidence would show that early morning hours on that day, Mr. Kohberger's phone left his Pullman residence, which is an apartment in kind of the central northwest part of Pullman. That phone was then subsequently turned off at approximately 2:54 a.m. and remained off
Exactly.
until approximately 4:48
I don't think you can.
a.m. on Sunday, the 13th of November. On Sunday, the state's evidence would include a trial, video surveillance of a business on the Moscow Pullman Highway, just across the state line from Moscow. It would show a vehicle matching the description of the defendant's Hyundai Elantra entering Moscow at approximately 3:02 a.m. Compiled surveillance that the investigators put together from businesses and residents then show the defendant's car, the white Elantra, as I've described, circling the 1122 King Road area, that neighborhood, starting around 3:30 or so in the morning. Comes into the immediate area of 1122 King Road, which is actually on a dead end, and then leaves several times. At approximately 4:05 that morning, the defense car had entered that area, was leaving, stopped at the intersection of King and Queen Road, did a U-turn, and the state's evidence would show that the defendant's car came back and parked behind and above the 1122 King Road residence. The state believes that its evidence would then show that the defendant entered the residence of 1122 through the kitchen sliding door on the back side of the residence, which is the side of the residence that would face the area above where the defendant's car was parked. The defendant entered the residence, went to the third floor, and with a knife, killed Madison Mogan and Kate Gonzalez.
Beautiful.
The defendant, as he left that room, for whatever reason, ended up leaving, or the sheath for a K-bar knife was left on the bed next to Madison Mogan's
See,
body.
there's no perfect crimes, I'm
And I can
telling
jump
you.
ahead. That sheath was tested by the Idaho State Police Forensic Lab, and single source male DNA was found on the snap of that sheath, as well as blood from both Kaylee and Madison and other trace evidence. But it's important to note single source male DNA was on the snap of that sheath. The state's evidence would show that Xana Knodel was still awake at this time. In fact, had taken a DoorDash order not long before this started. Her room was not on the third floor. It was on the second floor on the west side. As the defendant was either coming down the stairs or leaving, he encountered Xana, and he ended up killing her, also with a large knife. Ethan Chapin, Xana's boyfriend, was asleep in their bedroom, in her bedroom, and the defendant killed him as well with a large fixed-blade knife. Each victim suffered multiple wounds. I will say for the record that there is no evidence there was any sexual component or sexual assault on any of the victims. I want to make that clear so there's no speculation.
Thank God they
There were
did
two other
that.
roommates in the house, and they were already asleep. During the course of this, one of those roommates awoke, looked out her door not knowing what was going on, and saw the defendant, who was dressed in black with black knob coat on, holding some sort of container in his hand. And she saw him leave the house through the direction of the kitchen where that sliding door is that I mentioned before. At approximately 4:20 that morning, so this would have been 15 minutes or so later, the defendant's car is seen on a surveillance camera for 1112 King Road, which is immediately next door to the west of 1122, leaving the area at a high rate of speed. And if the court were to see that, or anybody in this courtroom would see that, you can see the car almost loses control as it makes the corner, heads north, and then turns to go south on Walinta, which is one of the only ways to get out of that part of town. The evidence would show that following that, the defendant in his Elantra drove south of Moscow. We know that he drove on the back roads because there are surveillance cameras on the main highways, Highway 95, that would have picked up the defendant's car if he'd gone that route. And they did not show the defendant's car on that route during the time. So we know that he went through a variety of back roads in very rural, isolated part of Latah County. About 4:48 that morning, defendant's phone comes back on. And the evidence will show that that phone was located south of Moscow, likely at a side road intersection with Highway 95. From there, the defendant's phone activity tracks heading back north towards Pullman, Washington, where the defendant lived. About 5:26, starting approximately 5:26, various surveillance cameras in Pullman, Washington pick up the defendant's vehicle as he enters Pullman from the south and heads north and slightly west towards his apartment, where he arrived at approximately 5:30 in the morning. Later that morning, this Sunday, the 13th of November of 2022, Mr. Cover's phone returned to the area of King Road. We don't know exactly what he did, but it returned to that area.
Is he going to give a statement? I don't know, Holly.
And then returned to his Pullman residence. About 9:30.
I would too.
The state's evidence will show evidence taken from the defendant's
I
phone.
know.
That he took a selfie
I know
of
they're going to give
himself
an impact
on his
statement.
phone.
Is this guy going? Is
And
he going to give a
appears to be in the
statement?
bathroom of his Pullman
Kohlberger?
apartment with a thumbs up. The defendant's phone then went to the Lewiston Clarkston Valley, approximately 30 miles south of Moscow and Pullman. And the defendant is actually seen with his car at various businesses down there. This area is the confluence of the Clearwater River and the Snake River. Lewiston is Idaho's seaport. Large bodies of moving water down there. In addition to tracing the defendant's activities, as I've just outlined, on the 13th and leading up to the 13th, the state's evidence will show that following Sunday, November 13th, 2022, business records show that the defendant began searching for a K-bar knife and a K-bar knife sheath, as the state believes, to replace the one that was left at the scene of the murders. The evidence also will suggest that there were at least attempts by the defendant to delete or alter his purchase history on Amazon, where all these transactions had occurred. Later that week, the state's evidence will show that Mr. Koberger went to what we would call DMV, motor vehicle licensing here in Idaho, in Pullman, to change his car registration from Pennsylvania to Washington. That's of note because Pennsylvania cars do not require a front license plate. The vehicles seen on the surveillance cameras of defendant's car showed it didn't have a front license plate on it. At the time of the traffic stop by Deputy Duke in August, it was Pennsylvania plate, no front license plate. Mr. Koberger proceeded to finish his semester of studies at Washington State University and returned to Pennsylvania for the holidays. Law enforcement at this point were aware of Mr. Koberger, had been accessing information about him, were trying to find him. They located him in Pennsylvania, and they conducted what's called a trash pull. During the nighttime hours, agents of the FBI who assisted immensely with this case, working with the sanitation department back in this neighborhood in Pennsylvania, took trash that had been set out on the street for collection, sent the contents of that from the Pennsylvania residence of the defendant's parents to the Idaho State Forensic Laboratory, where the lab experts there were able to identify DNA on a Q-tip as coming from the father of the person whose DNA was found on the knife sheath that was next to Madison Mogan's body in the bed. Subsequently, an arrest warrant was issued here in Idaho, and a search warrant was issued in the state of Pennsylvania with the assistance not only of the FBI, but the Pennsylvania State Police. Mr. Koberger was arrested at his parents' home to return to Idaho. Upon his return to Idaho, a DNA sample was taken from him, and it matched the DNA found on the knife sheath next to
They had him dead to rights.
crime scene. I can tell the court in public, the weapon itself, the knife, has not yet been recovered. I can tell the court that the defendant's apartment in Pullman was searched, as well as his office. Spartan would be a kind characterization. There was virtually nothing there. Nothing of evidentiary value was found. And of course, we're now talking 6-8 weeks after the time of the killings. In Pennsylvania, the defendant's car was seized, and it was actually pretty much disassembled internally. And it also had been cleaned. There was a bucket of cleaner right beside it. I think we can all look to our own cars, in those compartments in the doors. You can try to keep them clean where you put stuff. There's always some degree of crud in there. It was spotless. The defendant's car had been meticulously cleaned inside. And the state would present to the jury that that was part of the defendant's plan in covering up this. The defendant has studied crime. He did a detailed paper on crime scene processing when he was working on his pre-doctorate degrees, and he had that knowledge and skill. So, Your Honor, at the end, the state submits the evidence that I've given just a quick overview of, and that to present in court would consume weeks, which the state is prepared to do and has been prepared to do, would show that as the defendant has just admitted and pleaded guilty on November 13th, 2022,
He's like me now.
entered the residence of 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. He did that with the intent to kill. We will not represent that he intended to commit all of the murders that he did that night, but we know that that is what resulted, and that he then killed intentionally, willfully, deliberately, with premeditation, and with malice forethought, Manny Mogan, Kaylee Gonzalez, Ethan Chapin, and Sally Curl. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, based on the state's proffer and importantly based upon defendant's explicit admission to committing these crimes, the court finds there is a factual basis. Therefore, with respect to count 1, burglary, felony, how do you plead, Mr. Koberger, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
As to count 2, murder in the first degree, as it relates to the murder of Madison Mogan, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
As to count 3, as it relates to murder in the first degree for the murder of Kaylee Gonzalez, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
As to count 4, the first degree murder of Xana Kernodle, a human being, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
As to count 5, the first degree murder of Ethan Chapin, a human being, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Right. The court will find that the defendant understands the nature of the charges and each offense and the possible consequences to him of his guilty plea. The court finds that there is a factual basis for the plea and that finds the defendant believes the plea to be in his best interest. I find that the plea was given freely, voluntarily, and was intelligently made. I accept the plea. I direct that it be entered. I'll continue the matter for sentencing in this case. I think it was mentioned on the call Monday afternoon that the defense wishes to waive a pretrial investigation. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
The state also?
Yes, Your Honor, the state does not believe pre-sentence investigation is needed given the evidence that is available. We want to, though, make sure that all of the victims have the opportunity to make statements to the court at sentencing.
Absolutely. And certainly both the state and the defense may present whatever sentencing memorandum and other documents you wish me to consider. The victims will be given an opportunity to provide the statements that they wish to at sentencing. Do we
So
have
that's
more
not
than
gonna
1 full
happen
day for
today?
sentencing?
I do not
I don't-
believe so, Your Honor. We have numerous victims, and we have victims who share unique,
Thank you,
share
Retha.
our
Thank you for
unique
spending time with
perspectives on this,
us.
And we want to make sure that they all have time to express their feelings to the court. But I believe that if we can start perhaps 8:30 or so in the morning, that we should be able to.
Okay, so it's going to be in the morning.
Defense agreed with that in terms of the time frame.
Yes, sir. That figures.
All right. So as it happened,
Okay, so I'm going to turn it down. Wonder why they didn't do it today. Why didn't they just get it all over with today? You know, why? Why they got to do it tomorrow? Why they got to do it tomorrow? Thank you, little orange man. Yeah, he's still going to face. I mean, what sentencing? I don't think he will. They took it off the table, so why would he face the death penalty? That was the whole point, right? And him taking, maybe. I don't know. That's weird, in my opinion. I guess we'll see tomorrow, but that would be the whole, because it was several, and it's already 1 o'clock. I am telling what time it is there. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, give credit to Fox News, even though it's on the TV in the back and all that featured. Go over and sub up to them. Hey, M. Blanc. Hello, everybody. Yeah, go ahead and give a thumbs up. I'll add that in my title. Oh, I feel dizzy. I'll give that in my title. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Maybe it's because it's holding my head like that or something. Admitting guilt would automatically remove. Yeah, it's supposed to. That's what the death penalty was supposed to be removed off the table. Yeah, I just got dizzy. I think it's because I was holding my head up or something like that. I don't know. I hadn't ate either, so I guess I'll go eat here shortly. But yeah, I don't know. That was just weird. But yeah, watch Justin's video if you didn't do that. But don't be scared. So I'm okay. Yeah, plenty of worms and blasters. It's all good. It's all good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm too mean to be passing out on you. Look, I ain't finished yet. I'm just here to tell y'all that, you know, I don't know. Just watch Justin's live. And if you're just coming in or something and you missed any of it, you have to go back and watch Clutch of Them Pearls from last night. Yalla, he's got me saying hoodie. Yellow raincoat guy. His name is Tommy. He lives by the Texas Roadhouse, and it is not an attorney. Okay. And, you know, he had cancer. That's why he had the mask on. He's beat cancer twice. He gives reviews at the Texas Roadhouse. And he's been going there for a long time. And we know who he is. And it's not a conspiracy. You know, it's, you know, most importantly, he's not the attorney from, Star Trek creator dies at 90. Oh, I get all these things popping up on me. But anyway, I don't know which one it was. I didn't open it. I'll get locked out of my phone again. But anyway, I'm just saying that loud and clear. The attorney is innocent. Ain't that a shame? You got to sit here on YouTube and go, the attorney is innocent, people. The attorney is innocent. Come on now, people. Stop dragging people's trying to ruin their careers and what they built their lives on, their livelihoods and their families and stuff through the meal, okay, for the drama. You know, this is Sebastian too, a missing kid, and Seth has enough on him as well. You know, just let me remind you, Sebastian is a young boy. He was 15 when he went missing. He's still missing. He had a birthday. He turned 16 now. It's been over 16 months. He's been gone from his Hendersonville home, Sumner County. So please stop the rumors, please. And prayers for Tommy. You know, I was just talking to my best friend in the whole world yesterday, and her sister had 2 different kinds of cancer she overcome. And one left her for 15 years. And she just found out it's back yesterday. So everybody's fighting a battle we can't see. Cancer sucks. Please don't go trying to harass Tommy or this man. He's been checked out. Leave him alone. He was getting food. Leave him alone. Stop the distractions. Fight for real answers. Fight for all this stuff. And, you know, just make sure, again, if you are joining me, hit the like button. Let's get this out. And if you really care about Sebastian, you know, you'll stop all the rumors. You will. In the world, you know, you'll stop it. It's no attorney. Yeah, pray for Sebastian every day. Get his name and face out there. Continue to send letters. We do want answers. We want transparency. We do want all of that. Look, law enforcement needs to be transparent. That is the truth. I'm sorry, the truth is the truth. But we don't need to add lies. We don't need to add rumors to nobody. We don't need that. You know, why would we need to do that? Those things just catch up with you and it don't make you look good. Use common sense. Just use common sense. Do what you want. Follow who you want. Go where you want. Believe what you want and who you want. Nobody's trying to persuade you any different. This is a free country, a free world. You're allowed. I don't care. Unlike some people trying to go hijack people's things and then texting them and saying, I'm unsubscribing and all that. Nobody cares about all that. Really? Do you? Do you? You just use common sense. If it don't make sense and it seems too good to be true, it probably is. That don't mean you never have to go in there again or go there again or whatever. But if it keeps happening over and over, stop and ask yourself why. Why? Right now, the main focus should be on Sebastian. Where is he? Where is the main players? Why don't they care? And the main players is, who was with him that night? His mom? Possibly Sebastian. And if anybody's throwing out there to you, Katie and Chris both passed their polygraph test. Somebody come in here and said that a while ago. Okay. I hope so. Although that just shows that maybe they both took them. I'm still waiting on Ellie to show that. Still waiting. There's a lot of things and a lot of people that I have lost respect for. There's a lot of things that I know now that I didn't a few days ago or a week ago that I definitely know now. And there's a lot of things that I would take a grain of salt with. That's all I'm going to say. I know people get excited. Sightings or this happens or that happened. Oh, there is one other thing I want to talk about. One other thing I want to talk about because people seem to get so excited about it. Okay. I'm going to say it like this, just in a smiley kind of way. Okay. A reward is nice. Okay. But rewards don't always work. And I know people are so excited that the rewards have gone up. Probably even the dad, Seth, everybody. But here is my challenge. To anybody, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I got a challenge for you. Nobody is coming for a reward. You know why? Because most of the time, it's somebody who is close to or did something. It's that simple. It's that simple. I know we get giddy and we get excited. When things like that go up. I'm not saying anything is unreal or whatever. Maybe it just has too many stipulations on it. But before we go getting all excited, I'll put a challenge out there. Because, see, I got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. Not very much. There's people that have pots to piss in and windows to throw it out of, if that makes any sense. And then there's people that don't have a pot to piss in and don't have windows to throw it out of, if that makes sense. But if you're willing to, and then again, this is where common sense comes in. If you're willing to put out anything for Sebastian, anything she did, you can tell how old I am. And you can do that. Great. But is it because you know nobody is going to claim it, or because you have so many stipulations on it? I don't know. I'm just asking a question for 100 million people. Now, how about a new challenge? Because I want to get this case over with. I'm sure the family wants to get it over with. How about new stipulations? Put your money where your mouth is. Maybe you could get answers if you put out the reward and you don't have all these hoaxes going on, allegedly. If you say, change the stipulations and say, well, we'll put out this amount of reward. And there's no, well, we'll put out this reward, and if for information leading to, or they tell us exactly what happened to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, even if it gets them in prison, they can still collect. How about that? Or if they know and they can set it up where they can still collect. It's theirs. I don't know. Word it right. Y'all are the geniuses. Just saying. You know, kind of like a bank robber robs a bank and they get away with $1 million, but they get caught. But they go spend 25 years in jail and they get out, but they still have the money hid somewhere. I was thinking. It's just a question. Right, SI officer. I am so tired of the games. What about Sebastian? Where is he? Stop with the games. Stop with the lies. Hey, Jen. Stop with everything. There's so much more productive stuff you can do. So much more. That's all I wanted to say today. And it ends here right now with, if you have any information on Sebastian, just call 615-451-3838 or 1-800-TBI-FIND. He's still missing, and the truth needs to be out there. Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for spending over 3 hours here today. 3 hours. Y'all have a great day and pass out them flyers. Thank you. Bye.